Hello everyone and welcome to this new replay commentary of Wargame European Escalation. So first of all I wanted to talk to you about the new Wargame World Cup that is taking place. So Focus Home Interactive has launched the inscription phase of its World Cup. If you want to participate you have to go on the official Wargame forums and subscribe in the right section. So it's a 128 player cup. It'll be 1v1 games limited to 30 minutes. So all the maps are already set. You can register now. The first players to register will be the players who will participate. So once all 128 players have subscribed, well, no one else will be able to participate anymore. So subscriptions have started like a week ago. They will go out until all players have been recruited. Normally it will stop end of September, and the 1st of October the tournament will start. So it will last maybe 1 month, and there are prizes to win. The four first players will win a better access to the next game, Wargame Airland Battle, which, for those of you who don't know, is the sequel to European Escalation. It's a game that will add 150 planes, 4 new nations, 300 new units, a dynamic campaign. We will be able to play it in co-op or in versus. So pretty neat things. Other things are added also, but I don't want to speak about it here. Just go in the forum and check it out if you don't know about it yet. So a bit of access for the four first players, and quite a nice amount of money to win for the first 3 players. It's $1,250 for the first, $750 for the second, and $500 for the fifth. For the money conversion, I have no idea how they will make it. If it will be with the market conversions, or like $1 equals €1. I have absolutely no idea, but you get the idea. It's quite big amounts of money for these kind of games. Wargame is quite a small game compared to like StarCraft 2, and having a tournament with such big prizes, if I may say, is quite nice. So if you feel you can win, just run to the forums and subscribe. If you know you won't win but just want to participate, do the same thing. We need 128 players, and well, I think we might be at around 70 or 80 players already subscribed, so it's filling up pretty fast. So yeah, that's it. If you are interested, just go and check it out. Rules and regulations are all on the official forums. So now I'm gonna comment a small 1v1 game. It's my first 1v1 game in like 2 months, so I haven't played a lot. And the few games I've played have been played with teammates, so mostly 3v3 and 4v4 matches. So here I played a quick 1v1 game with someone I recently met, and it's on Hell's Highway, 1,500 points, distraction game mode. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so the other thing is that I chose this small replay especially to try out the new hide HUD option in the replays. It's a new option that has been added in the last patch. I've been a bit disappointed, to be honest, because at first I was hoping, well, some YouTubers may be able to make like great cinematic videos, like war videos, make small movies, but problem is, yes, it takes out the HUD, but not the unit names. You can take out all the sectors by just clicking this button, display zones, but the name of the units still stay. So of course, to make a replay like I'm gonna do, it's really good. You can see the units, which units they are, while being able to have nearly a cinematic view. But if you want to make movie-like videos, it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna break totally the immersion. So, well, yeah. Doing it step by step at you. So for this game, it's Walooh playing NATO against myself playing PACT. Yeah, another big stuff. I haven't played 1v1 in quite a time, and I'm playing PACT. I'm much more of a NATO player for a few reasons, but I don't think any team is better than the other, but I just prefer NATO. So for the deployment, let's just go and see the NATO players. So pretty standard deployment with obviously one force going for Golf and another going for Foxtrot. On the right side we've got quite an infantry-driven force with 4 TPZ Fuchs and 2 VABs, probably going to transport ATGM Milan F2, so the ATGM units, and these ones probably rifle squads like Jaegers, and 1 armored commando, which is totally logical. On the left side, on the other hand, not a single, well, no infantry apparently will go on Foxtrot, only tanks. So we've got quite good tanks in my opinion, but only defensive tanks. It's British, so defensive. Good main gun, very good armor for its price, but very poor operational range and speed. I mean 40 km per hour, you don't get much slower than that. Unless you're on foot, of course. And 2 Black Hawks, probably with Delta forces, probably to harass my, well, behind my lines or anything like that. So here we go. On my side, I've more or less not a very good deployment, I must say. I've kept some money in reserve, and I went for like 3 Danas, which is quite a lot of artillery. 3 anti-air, 2 infantry and 1 recon to protect it, and 2 forces, of course, 1 on Bravo, 1 on Charlie, both with 4 infantry units in Scot 1, so they are, if I recall correctly, Spadio Conarze, and 1 anti-air, so Tunguska for both commanders. 4 Zelos are sent in the middle of the map, and of course the recon helicopter to detect any early menace, like the usual rush of infantry or like tanks or vehicles or anything, but the usual no-brainer rush. Well, so taking my view, for now nothing is detected, no serious menace, until I detect, of course, the 2 Black Hawks coming in from the right. Just now 2 Black Hawks coming in, so now I know he wants to go for my reinforcement area. So just when my commander will stop, I will send in reinforcements, and from now on I'm gonna try the hide HUD option, which is a bit more nice, to be honest. So Charlie and Bravo have been captured with infantry and anti-air protecting it. My enemy is a bit slower. He didn't take the road, he just went straight through the field here. But he's going also for Golf and Foxtrot. 4 Strop 1s have been called in to stop the Black Hawks. The Strop 1s will tear through these helicopters, but they will manage to drop the infantry before they are taken down. So here we go, the Strop 1s destroy the Black Hawks, but the Delta forces, elite infantry, are making it into the building and are able to survive and just be a pain in the ass. Hopefully I send in reinforcement to deal with them. I lose 1 Strop 1 in the process. 4 infantry units and 2 flamethrower tanks to take out these Delta forces. On the left side, my infantry, I send them further away from Charlie, hoping to defend this line and not just in the forest, but that's quite a big risky move. I have no defense left in Charlie apart from 1 anti-air. In Bravo, my infantry is left near my commander. In the reinforcement area, well, my Scot 1s just move in to detect the Delta forces. Meanwhile, my Strop 1s fire, and of course, I make an attack zone with my flamethrower tanks. So, since DLC 2, flamethrower tanks and vehicles like the Zippo have, well, changed a lot. They are much less powerful in forests. They have lost the ability to blind fire on enemy units. But it's a very good balance change, I think. Before, for like 30 points or 25 points, the Zippo, you could just block an entire forest and nobody could answer it. The only solution was to call in artillery and just shell the hell out of the forest. But so it was a bit OP for their price. Now they are just what they are worth, in my opinion. I mean, they can empty buildings, empty forests with the flamers, and on the edge of the forest they can still fire at incoming transports, but in the thick of a forest they are still as vulnerable, or nearly as vulnerable, as tanks. So I think they are pretty good now for their price and not OP as they were before. So I took care of the Delta forces over here, sending in 4 Scot 1s on the right to hope and go around the enemy and attack his reinforcement area of Foxtrot. In the middle, 2 TPZ Foots are coming in on Bravo. My Zalos detect them thanks to the recon chopper, and they are starting to fire at the transports. Unfortunately, to save points, I didn't upgrade the Zalos, so they are pretty... well, they miss a lot of shots, and the transports are able to move in and shoot at the Zalos, and, well, not playing very well. I'm not even pulling them back at start, waiting a little, and hopefully I don't lose the Zalo before they pull back. Foots are coming in on the left. I detect them thanks to my infantry units. I start shelling the area with my artillery. Unfortunately, I was thinking they were gonna just rush to Charlie, so I was shooting a bit ahead of their movement, of their position, but they just stopped, so my artillery is completely missing them, which is, well, pretty bad. On the right, infantry units called in through Bravo to to defend my commander on Charlie, but unfortunately they probably won't arrive in time. And over here, infantry posted in the forest are sent into Gulf to try to see what's happening over there. Well, he pulled back his commander, but the Milan F2 and the Flak Panzer Gepards, totally destroyed my offensive, and, well, it's total havoc over there. The Foots are pushing in on Charlie to make sure I don't lose stupidly my commander. I just pull back the BRDM2U and the Tunguska. My Zalos are coming in to try to stop them before they do any more damage, and the Scot 1s are nearly arriving. So that's... I'm gonna lose a bit of income over here, but not that much, so it's no big deal. The Strop 1s are positioned in the middle of the field here, not sure why, but they're there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm separating my infantry in Bravo to make sure I detect any incoming units before they arrive on my commander. That would be pretty bad. And the Selkares are sent in this forest also, but unfortunately for me, it is already taken by the NATO forces. I'm starting to shell this forest here, hoping to take out enemy units. I managed probably to take out some infantry squad, well, at least some HP here. But the commander is over there, so of course I don't hit him. My Spider Canards arrive in the forest here and will be able to take out the TPZ Foots. So that's pretty neat. I pull back my commander in to take back control of Charlie. So no real problem on this sector here. My Scots here are detected by the recon, but it seems the player doesn't even realize they are there. He doesn't send any troops, so that's one good point for me. I should have, of course, sent them right over there, but hell, if he doesn't see it, why not? Here we go, my Scots one are totally destroyed, but that's not a real problem. I kill his transports and go for the Jaegers. My commander is back in Charlie, so my income is back to, well, same as his. I start shelling his forest in Delta. I know there are units in there. Of course, I lost my Spider Canards over there. And, well, his Jaegers are pushing in Charlie. One is routing and the other one is taking position in the forest. Hopefully for me, I've got some infantry units of mine, so my commander isn't that much in a danger. Little push here in Bravo. My Spider Canards here weren't close enough to the road, so they managed to push by, but with my infantry here and my Tunguska shooting at the flank, I'm hoping to kill them nonetheless. So here we go, the trucks nearly destroyed. One shot missed here. Transports are routing, and one shot on the Tunguska here. It's a bad move from... I honestly thought I would kill them before they will take a shot at my Tunguska, but yeah, bad calculation here. 2 Gazelles coming in to support their infantry push. Unfortunately for him, he goes over my Spider Canards who have a HE of 2, so I totally tear through their 5 HP and very small armor. And over here, 2 other Foots come in to try to disrupt my reinforcements. Well, hopefully I see them, calling Spadioconase and totally destroy the Germans before they can really do anything. Over here, my Scots have arrived to their destination in the forest. They will be able to, well, disrupt a bit the enemy lines. They go a bit deeper in the forest and will try to resist to the German infantry attack. I've got this guy against Jaegers. Normally it's a fight in my advantage. Yeah, only 1 HE for the Jaegers and 2 for the Vizet guy, so no real problem over there. So for now, well, Bravo is secured, Charlie is well secured more or less. I mean, there's 1 transport left, 9 Jaegers left, but well, with the troops I have, no need to panic. Over here, my offensive is, well, ongoing. I killed a Flak Panzer, it seems, yes. I killed a few Fuchs and Jaegers, and I've got still 3 Vizet and 3 Scots left, so it's pretty good for me. I'm even starting to push, well, to increase the push on the right side. My flame tanks have been shot at by the Chieftain Mk10, so they are in flames. So yeah, the right side is where I'm gonna start pushing. So I sent in quite a big army. I mean, I think all my points went in this army. 2 recon units, 8 BMP 685, which are quite good tanks. I mean, fast, powerful, but badly armored for 45 points. And 1 anti-air unit with my Strop 2. The enemy is still trying to, well, take out my units over here. And that, well, he will probably do easily by calling in 4 Legion FAMAS. Well, maybe that guy managed to take out the last Flak Panzer, and while maybe that guy tried to resist against the Legion FAMAS, I sent in my Scots 1 in the forest and try to detect where the commander is located. So my push is starting to organize on the right side of the map. And the enemy calls in 2 Cobras to try to take out my BMPs. What he didn't actually see, well, that's what I think, is that, well, the presence of my Strop 2, who will be able to take out the Cobras if he doesn't die before. So I sent in my tanks just over the hill, try to take out his recon. And that the recon is down, and I pull back as quick as I can to avoid the Cobras, but one of them goes down thanks to the Strop 2, and the second one is shot down as well. So that was quick for the helicopters. We are now at 726 points against 408, so a big advantage for the PACT player, so for myself, that's it, that is. And the enemy commander pulled back from the forest and Foxtrot, pulled back over here to try to survive against my, well, Vizet who are pulling back from the Legion's push. Over here, well, I push, continue to push on the right side. There are no enemy units to stop my offensive. He is pulling back 2 ATGM vehicles and 2 chieftains. Unfortunately for him, they are starting to run out of fuel. So running out of fuel. So what he could do at this point is try to, well, if he doesn't manage to counter my offensive, he's gonna be in quite a real problem, because I'll be able just to attack Foxtrot from beneath and from above. So quite a bad position he's in. He sends in 2 AMX 30B2, but I mean 2 tanks against 8. It's desperate assault here. No more minutes on Charlie. The last Jaegers have been wiped out. Only 1 Fuchs left on Bravo. Echo is still pretty much defended, but I'm not attacking Echo, so he should have moved, I think, the tanks a bit, used them a bit more offensively. But yeah, he holds Echo, but for no real point in this game. The AMX are destroyed. 1 is left, but no, he's destroyed. The ATGM units are coming up the hill, trying to take me out, but at 2 against 8, they are totally destroyed, and the ATGMs, of course, aren't controlled anymore. The chieftains are, yeah, well that's it, they are out of fuel. So just waiting here to get killed by my units. That's, I mean, he just sent in units one by one, like 2 AMX-30B2, then 2 ATGM, 2 chieftains that can't even make it, then 2 AMX-30B valorisés. It's, well, he could have managed it better. I mean, if he had first taken logistics for his chieftains, he could have used them better and attacked me from behind, and he could have coordinated all this attack. He could have sent in the tanks at the same time as the ATGM from behind. What he did is send one by one, I mean, the tanks, then the ATGM, then more tanks. So it was easy for me to overcome them. I'm 8 against 2 at each time. It's much easier than 8 against like 4 or 6, especially when you've got enemies in front and behind you. But he didn't manage to coordinate his attack, so it was fairly easy for me to destroy his counter-offensive. Counter-offensive now consists of just a few infantry units, which I destroyed pretty easily with my 8 tanks over here. One of my Scott 1s has managed to detect the enemy commander. I'm just hiding, hoping he didn't see I detected him, so I'm just trying to take him out with my artillery. But yeah, my tanks destroyed all the enemy forces in over here. 2 helicopters coming in to support my tanks against these chieftains, because even if I come in at point blank, they are still quite heavy tanks. But yeah, here we go. They are stunned. My tanks come in and destroy them really quickly. Over here, he realized I was shelling his commander, so he moves him. I just follow him with my transport to make sure I don't lose line of sight. His tanks here, which haven't been used in the entire game, just move in, try to push on Bravo. I send in 2 heavy helicopters, gunship helicopters, to take them out. Unfortunately, I didn't see the anti-air behind, and my helicopters, well, are taking quite a beating here. One is already down, and the other one, well, will just get killed. I still follow the enemy commander with my transport. I send in my 2 Me-8TV LSK choppers, which are the German version of the Russian Me-8 TV, and my BMPs, which I know will take a lot of time to go after this commander, will just go and take the tanks and the Rolands by behind and try to destroy every single unit in Echo. But the commander is taking fire by my helicopters and will eventually get destroyed. And here we go, the last rocket kills the commander, and it's total victory for the PACT player. 1,629 points against 778, so more than double the points. Quite a simple game, nice game, no rush, no blob, no freaking infantry or helicopter, no brain attack, but quite mistakes on both sides. Quite not a pro game at all, more of a 1v1 nice little game. The biggest problem of Walooh was his attempt to stop my 8 BMP 685 sorry, attack on his left side. He should have coordinated his troops, send in at the same time his ATGMs from behind and his AMX-30B2 from his reinforcement points, and of course use logistics to refuel his chieftains to allow them to attack my tanks from behind. The way it went out, I mean, I took his units one by one, so it was really easy for me to survive and continue my push. But other than that, no real big mistake. I mean, it was both players took positions, sent in infantry through the forest, sent in tanks through the fields, a bit of helicopters now and then, and yeah, well, my deployment was a bit shitty, I must confess. 3 artilleries and a 1v1. I knew at that point it was really bad, but I just wanted to test it once more, and I'm now convinced it really is useless unless there's a real big blob of units, but that doesn't happen unless it's a rush, and if it's a rush, well, there's other ways from stopping it. Well, that being said, I hope you liked the video, and well, see you next time.